we chose a controlled experiment from the National Institute of Health.
The way the experiment was set up was that there was a control group and an experimental group. The experimental group had to exercise for 15 minutes before the test was taken, and the control group didn't exercise at all.
Before and after the subjects either exercised or did not exercise, they were administered a series of tests. The first two of these tests were called the HAP test and the LAP test. In both tests, they were given a series of words, and they had to rate from 1 to 7 how well these words described them. In the HAP test, they were given positive words, and in the LAP test, they were given negative words. For example, in the HAP test, they could have been given the word happy, and they could have rated from 1 to 7 how well this word described them. And in the LAP test, they were given the word anxious, and they had to rate from 1 to 7 how well this word described them.
The next two tests were called the TBAC tests. These were memory tests. So the subject was given a series of 9 numbers. Then a couple minutes later, they were asked another series of 9 numbers, and were asked to recall if these were the same 9 numbers as before. This happened before and after the person either exercised or didn't.
Now let's look at the results. In the controlled variable, which is the people who did not exercise at all, they had the same LAP and HAP values in the first and second tests. In the people who did exercise, they had no change in their LAP values, but they had a significant increase in their HAP values. So this shows that exercising is good for your mental health, and it also increases your mental happiness.
The TBAC tests didn't really change between the control or the experimental groups, which proves that exercise doesn't really have an effect on your memory. So because there's no change, these tests can be eliminated.
Here are the graphs that show the data that we just explained. Exercise is always a good idea. A good way to get in your exercise is by running. Based on the experiment, we can see that running alone will improve your mental happiness. Also, it'll give you a sense of accomplishment because of what you just did.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Even if you don't like running, there are tons more ways to improve your mental health while getting exercise. One of these examples is basketball.
This is the website that we used. The website we used was a credible source because it was from the NIH and it was also a .gov website. The author, Candace L. Hogan, is in the Department of Psychology at Stanford University.
Another reason why this is a reliable resource is because it shows the date, June 28, 2013. This, even though it's 2 years old, is very accurate information. Also, this website cites its sources at the very bottom, which gives us reason to believe that it's reliable.
Another website that came to similar conclusions is cdc.gov. They state that if you participate in regular physical activity, you will have mental health benefits. This is just another reason why exercise is good for your mental health.
So if you want to improve your mental health, get out and exercise today.